So I would probably say at this point that many are aware that Forza Horizon 5 is obviously bigger than Forza Horizon 3 and 4. But one thing I was thinking about though, man, playing through Forza Horizon 4 and then 3 and then jumping back on 5, the biggest thing is I feel like Forza Horizon 3 and 4 kind of feel more memorable. Now, I'm sure you might be wondering exactly what I am talking about with this, and the thing is, I could probably break this down in multiple other things and different comparisons, and I probably will do that in future videos, kind of going through 2 and 1 more and comparing every game in the franchise and stuff. But one thing I was thinking about, guys, though, is a lot of people do talk about the Forza Horizon 5 map, and obviously, we all do know the map is bigger than 3 and 4, you know what I mean? And like a lot of that could probably be common information at this point. Like everyone's like, oh yeah, we know that map is bigger. But the thing is though, if you're thinking about each game, a lot of the areas in each game really can jump out at you even more than I would say other ones. For example, guys, one thing I loved about Forza Horizon 3, probably not that surprising, Edinburgh, I love this area so dang much. You guys will see me in the background using the Corvette C8. I kind of just stopped for a minute and looked around and then kind of just cruised through this entire like town. It really is beautiful, dude, and I feel like this is the type of thing you really think about that would be a memory to you, right? I've seen so many posts about this online of people going, oh, dude, y'all remember Edinburgh in Forza Horizon 4? Dude, absolute beautiful place. Obviously, in the different seasons, you'll see different environmental changes. You also see really bad AI that don't know how to drive either, which is kind of hilarious. But you can go down each road and explore every area there and just get, like, the really tall buildings. I'm gonna be real, by the way, guys. I actually want to go to this place one day. Like, after playing Forza Horizon 4, and this is what I mean. This is why it hits you as a memory. Like, I literally want to go to this place and just kind of take it all in and go, oh, I was here in a game, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It is that detailed and really just puts you that much into that atmosphere. You know what I mean? Like, you think about it as a memory, but it becomes something that you're like, oh no, this is something I will always remember from this game, right? That is something I really do think about. Now, let's flip that over and think about something that you'd probably remember in Forza Horizon 5. We do know there is a city area similar to Edinburgh in Forza Horizon 3. This one's a little bit different, but I gotta admit, it is still pretty memorable, at least for Forza Horizon 5 anyway. And that will end up being Guanajuato. Now, for me, I do understand that not a lot of people like a lot of things about Forza Horizon 5's map, and honestly, dude, I completely understand it after playing 4 and 3. Like, I'm kind of more in tune with this now after going back and playing those maps. I get it. But I also feel like driving through this town area, guys, which is actually quite large and really did remind me of Edinburgh a lot. Obviously, Mexico and the UK, kind of different locations, am I right? But cruising through this area in the Cobra, dude, like, I was having a great time with this, man. Taking in, like, the overall atmosphere. It kind of does make it feel like you are actually in Mexico in a way, and that was something I really did like. Like, I feel like it captured the location very well, man. Like, and that's the thing, like, I'm not saying Guanajuato is way better than Edinburgh in a way, but I did actually like this location in Forza Horizon 5, dude. And for me, though, this area kind of did feel memorable to me, at least. Like, if you're looking for that, like, urban town area and, like, the environment kind of hits you and stuff like that, I really do think it's a cool area to drive around and kind of made me go, okay, this would be a cool place to visit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. That's kind of the vibe I was getting from this entire area in Forza Horizon 5, and but you know what, though? The thing is, I do feel like Guanajuato is still on the side of, okay, well, many players will end up remembering this, even though they might end up remembering something like Edinburgh even more in that game. Now, let's be real, though, guys. A lot of people have talked about this location in Forza Horizon 5, but does that really make something like this better than what Forza Horizon 3 offers? And I would probably say most of the entire fan base would probably say no on that. And the other part of this, though, is also in Forza Horizon 3, the Surfer's Paradise entire, like, city area. Now, a lot of people... Okay, question on this, by the way, guys. Did you like Edinburgh or Surfer's Paradise more in Forza Horizon 3 and 4? To be honest, I feel like you really can't compare them, as both of the areas really do feel memorable to me a bit more than Forza Horizon 5. Now, I'm not saying the location 5 is bad, because I did like that town area and stuff, but you know what, though? Seeing the really big skyscrapers and stuff, man, and, like, even seeing the rain come down like you guys will see in Forza Horizon 3 right now, I really do feel like a lot of people still remember these areas a bit more, and they'll probably have a lot more memories there, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if a lot of people are going into Forza Horizon 5, and it kind of makes me think about this. Do you guys think a lot of players are super excited to go to Guanajuato, or are they really excited to go to the Surfer's Paradise or Edinburgh in Forza Horizon 4? Y'all can probably see how each game really might feel memorable in some good and bad ways, but also, players really do remember certain locations over the other ones. And the other part of this, though, is maybe you might not end up being into all those cities or those town type of areas. Maybe you like taking a side cruise somewhere. For example, right now in the background, you guys will end up seeing me in one of my personal favorite cars here in Forza Horizon 5, the Mercedes-Benz. This is obviously the Brabus upgraded E63S, and I'm kind of just cruising down the road in it. And yes, some of this is kind of memorable, man. And the reason for that is maybe down to the car itself and maybe cruising in your favorite car on a different area. Like, for example, guys, driving the E63S on a mountainside in Forza Horizon 4 might end up feeling a tad better, at least for, a majority of people. But if we look at something like Forza Horizon 4, I'm also driving a Mercedes. This is obviously not an E63 because that car wasn't in the game. But I was using the GTR, which I personally love this car as well, guys. I really do love the AMG a lot. And you're kind of cruising up the mountainside or like a country type of road here in Forza Horizon 4, but I do admit the environments really do play a role in all this, dude. Like, don't get me wrong, I can cruise around in Forza Horizon 5 for a while, make fun of me if you want to, is what it is, dude. I still like driving a lot of different cars and stuff, and it's fun just going up and down different roads and exploring different things and all that, but if you are looking for overall environment and like what might actually really stick to your memory a lot, I don't know if driving around in roads in Forza Horizon 5 will hit that as much as something like countryside driving in Forza Horizon 4. As you guys will see me right now kind of looking off into the sunset, you see the big windmill like jump thing. You will end up seeing like tractors and farmland and different things. This will probably end up sticking with you in your mind a lot more than something that you'd end up seeing in 5. So I can kind of feel like the environment does play a big role in this, like regardless of having a lot of your favorite cars and stuff, which don't get me wrong, I love that. But I really do think Forza Horizon 6 will end up hitting on this even more because people are like, okay, we're in this location, and there will most likely be so many memorable things to really look at in Japan. Honestly, dude, I can't wait. And the other part I was thinking about with this, guys, cruising in Forza Horizon 4 and obviously 5, I also did end up going into 3 and kind of cruising through the rainforest a bit. Even this area in 3, man, kind of just hits you. Like, all the roads are being damp. You see the really tall trees, and it kind of sets you into the environment of just cruising around, looking around, and really feeling like you're in, like, a unique place or something that will end up sticking into your memory. I feel like a lot of people probably do love cruising around and stuff, which is like, I know this is a different game and stuff, but the Crew 2 was one of my favorite things because of the environments and stuff like that in it. And I feel like that's something that really does stick with everybody. Like, if you are cruising in 5, and a lot of the map areas might kind of feel boring or, not as good as 3 and 4, I can definitely see how that would affect or annoy people now after playing 4 and 3, because even I like cruising in this game a bit more. One of the other things I had to include in this, now there might end up being a few parts of this, like for example the desert area in Forza Horizon 5 compared to like the 1 and 3, I'll talk about that here in a second. But one of the other areas I did like in 5 Guys a bit though, now this could honestly be more of the fact of me liking off-roading and rally cars and stuff, but I was kind of just cruising around like the rainforest-ish area in Forza Horizon 5, which we all do know a lot of people are like, blocked all the places are the same. I hear you. But I still like driving around in this area, going through like the muddy roads and finding different routes and just kind of flying through the forest is memorable to me. Is it something that you'd end up comparing to something like Forza Horizon 4 or 3? Well, a lot of people are like, I mean, well, each game is different. You can't say 5 has better graphics, which is kind of obvious because it does. But 3 and 4 also do not look bad at all, obviously, because people might be like, what, dude? One game is newer and older? Yes, yes. But for me, though, when I was cruising in Forza Horizon 5, I was like, okay, let me go jump onto 4 now and drive the Hummer, because I was driving the Subaru. Let me drive something different. Let me hit up that one road that is right next to the lake in Forza Horizon 4, dude. And honestly, like, just driving through this road slowly, man, like, it instantly puts my mind in, like, a wow type of moment. You know what I mean? Like, I like this. I can drive along this road. I love seeing, like, the cloud cover and stuff like that with the atmosphere of the big lake. Funny part is the lake's drivable in winter, so that is probably something that will end up being very memorable because you can come back to the area and drive on the entire lake. So that's honestly pretty dope. But if it's not like that, and you're in like the springtime like I currently am, you can still drive along this road. It's a really dope atmosphere, dude. And that's something I really do think about. Like, don't get me wrong, I do love off-roading and stuff in 5, dude, but I can also really see why so many people talk about the environments more. I gotta mention this again, because we were talking about roads before, now we're talking about off-roading. But one of the biggest things I saw about this, though, is a lot of people love the elevation changes in Forza Horizon 4 more, which I do admit, guys, I also really like the way the map kind of felt hilly, or, different types of areas, even off-roading and going to different locations kind of felt like that. Now, yes, we did end up having the big mountain in Forza Horizon 5, which I think everybody remembers this area because it's honestly pretty fun to drive up and down. Going off-roading there is also very entertaining, looking out and seeing the map and stuff. I think we can agree that's fairly, memorable. Am I right? But if a lot of players are looking at the overall map design, I've seen a lot of people say that it's kind of flat or it could use more hilly areas, which for me, I feel like Forza Horizon 4 really did hit, which again, comes back and hits you with the memories. Now, as I did mention earlier, we were talking about the entire off-roady thing, and with that, guys, was the deserty area in Forza Horizon 5. Now, as you guys will see in the background currently, I am using the big Mercedes truck, kind of cruising around the roads and stuff like that in the dune, like, deserty area. Now, I'm sure people are like, oh, but Block, the whole map is a desert, which is kind of funny because the biggest area desert I saw is, left side of the map there, and even Forza Horizon 3 had the desert, but I'll talk about that in a second, as you could kind of argue that a lot of the areas in 5 did kind of feel a bit too flat and stuff. But again, kind of a different hilly conversation, as I did say before. The biggest thing for me, though, about Forza Horizon 5, man, is for one, I do love the off-road semi-truck. It's so dang fun, but cruising in the off-road dune area in 5, man, like, I'm going to be real, guys, and it kind of felt fun to me, dude. Like, I actually did spend hours over there driving different cars, lifting up, like, Bugattis and hypercars and making off-road stuff and doing all kinds of crazy things that probably do not make any sense. But I'm like, you know what? I'm in the Dooney area. Let me do this over here. Let me mess with different cars. And to be honest, I found it really fun. And for me, that was kind of a really positive memory I had in 5. Now, does that say that the entire, like, deserty area in 5 is better than everything else? No, but I gotta admit, I still had fun there. Even though I would say a lot of players would probably not prefer that Dooney area, they'd most likely prefer other ones, or they'd feel like most of the map is too similar to that, which is also why I think a lot of people probably like Forza Horizon 3. You guys will see me in the background currently using the Lamborghini truck. I really would love to see one of these in person. I think I might have saw one a long time ago in Miami, but man, dude, I'd love to see another one of these. But cruising down like the entire deserty area here in Forza Horizon 3, man, seeing like the beautiful sky and all that, all the mountains in the background, the balloons and the different environments, the grass types, the dunes. I actually, at first, I thought the entire area was dunes, but no, there's like little lake areas. There's like more, I guess you could say, reddish dirt, rock type of faces. Like something you see in like Arizona. You know what I mean? Something like that is what I'm kind of referring to. But there's different types of environments in that dune area, which is why I think it probably feels more memorable to people, because you have like an old like oil type of refinery factory thing over there. You'll have like dune jumps, and you'll have like off-road areas that makes you still feel like you're in the dune area, but you're also in a deserty area that has different types of, grass and different jumps and different things like that. So I do feel like a lot of that stuff probably does play a factor on why people probably preferred that over what Forza Horizon 5 did. Even, for example, me cruising in the background right now, driving the Subaru, kind of going up that winding road up to the top of the mountain, it does feel really good, but I also feel like a lot of players might do that and go, man, y'all remember some of the back roads in Forza Horizon 4? Y'all remember the rainforest in Forza Horizon 3? Like, I feel like it's almost like the map is very forgettable in a way. Now, I will end up laughing kind of hard as, once Forza Horizon 6 comes out, everyone's like, yo, this map is way better than we expected. That would kind of be hilarious with 5. I'm not going to lie. But the insane part to me, though, is after playing Forza Horizon 4 and 3 more, I can definitely see where people are coming from, man. Like, right now, you guys will see me driving the big 6x6 on, like, a random dirt road. And I was kind of just cruising around the dirt roads with this big truck for probably, like, 30 or 40 minutes. And I was like, oh, yeah, I should probably go do this instead, or I should go do these races, or I should do this. But I was getting sucked into the environment driving this truck around, man. And that is something I feel like people want back so dang bad, especially in a map in a racing game. Don't y'all think that's probably like one of the most important things you probably look for in a racing game, dude, is a map. You know what I mean? That is something that, like, everybody talked about with 5. A lot of people want to see this stuff in 6. And the thing is, that's probably more along the lines of just having, like, an overall, like, diverse map. We all do know the game will end up having seasons. We got Tokyo City in 6 and stuff. So, honestly, dude, I cannot wait to actually play this game when it releases. It will probably be absolutely insane. And playing through the older Forzas, man, it really does hit you a lot. Like, I can understand the complaints and different things with Forza Horizon 5 with the map and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to say something right now that might end up sounding a bit crazy, or people, people might go, what? But I kind of do enjoy the map in 5, at least for an off-roading standpoint and overall, like, enjoyment. Like, I still like playing the game, dude. Is it perfect? No. But overall, though, I still did enjoy and also still do like driving around and just messing with different cars and off-roading and just doing different things, flying down the highways or finding some winding roads and feeling the car's grip and stuff like that. Is it something like Forza Horizon 4? Probably not. Is it like the overall like diversity of 3? No, I haven't played 2 and 1 yet, so I can't touch on those. But don't worry, I will in a future video once I play through those games a bit. I will then be able to do like a comparison of all 5 games, or even just going through 1 and 2 compared to 5 and stuff, even though like the map in 1 is, more closed off. But either way, guys, another thing I feel like that will be more memorable talking about different locations in 5 compared to 3 and 4 is probably the overall festival site design and stuff like that. I talked about this in that one video, how this felt way more alive than 5. And the insane part about that, though, is probably down to the simple fact of all of that, including the festival sites and all that. Players really like how they actually changed the areas of the map, or, they kind of felt alive and stuff like that. Really goes into the overall memorable part that many players still think about with these older Forzas. So that's kind of the question I want to give you guys right now. What are your overall thoughts on this? Yes, Forza Horizon 5 is obviously a bigger map, a bigger game than 3 and 4. But a lot of it seems to be down to the fact of Forza Horizon 3 and 4 feeling just more memorable than what 5 really was. Do you guys think that's down to like the overall environment, the design of the map, the way the maps feel? Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. I am interested, and I gotta say it again, I honestly can't wait to see how Forza Horizon 6 is when it comes out this year.